Hi guys, welcome back to the Little Sister Society's YouTube channel. I want to welcome our guest today.
How you doing? You good? Yeah, thank you.
So basically, I want you to tell us a little bit about your business as you are a businessman.
Okay.
First Class Legacy.
Okay, so First Class Legacy is a consultancy company that I set up with my wife, Sabrina Dennis, who's actually the CEO. I'm the founder that came up with the vision. And what it's about is helping organizations more effectively engage with young people and diverse communities. We do that by offering training, consultancy, we do outreach and provide specialist events and plan and do specialist events.
Amazing. I want to find out what work you have done specifically aimed at young people in the year of 2019.
2019, oh
Yeah.
my god, where do I start? So currently and still, so in 2020 now, we have a mental health project that is specifically working with Afro-Caribbean boys, 16 to 25, which is about improving mental health resilience. This year we're focusing on employment, business, investment, trying to literally raise the standard, raise the levels, because what we're finding is that men actually do go through things emotionally, believe it or not.
100%.
And once we've kind of dealt with the emotion, what we're trying to do is look at vision, future, purpose. So we're trying to really connect young people with opportunities that's going to really transform their lives. So that's one project. We've also been doing stuff for the Crime Commissioner's Office, where that's really looking at like youth violence stuff, the whole stuff around knife crime, youth violence. So we have sessional outreach workers that go out on the street, and we've been literally, for anyone that knows the Birmingham area, we've been doing stuff like outreach on the street around the Dale End area, like outside KFC, McDonald's, where there can be a lot of antisocial behaviour. We also do a lot of stuff in schools at times. It's not our main thing, but we do get schools that would invite us in under PHC, like extracurricular activity, and we do workshops like around purpose, knowing your purpose, knowing who you are. We have a program called the Dear Youngers Mental Health Resilience Program, which is kind of like creating therapeutic spaces within schools to get students to talk about emotions, talk about things that they're going through. So yeah, that's just like a snapshot.
That's why I asked
Yeah.
2019. Like I know that you've done things previously, and I know that you had done projects around young males, and I wanted to throw that out there because even though we're called the Little Sister Society, I do hope in the future to bring on like a sense of young males kind of thing. Not just specifically aimed at the little sisters kind of thing.
Congratulations on like going with this journey and this vision, because it's hard work. Sometimes you can have ideas, visions, but you're doing it, so we're here. So be proud of yourself. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the video. I wanted to get the perspective of a father in terms of his background, and also he's married and he has 4 amazing young girls and he's raising them, and I just wanted to get his perspective on that in today's society. So our first question is, how did you see females when you were growing up?
Okay, I honestly, so my perspective of women was a sexual object, if I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And outside of that, it was like obviously a child.
Yeah.
But then when I grew up, got older, teenager, just like music stuff that I was consuming in the media, I just see females being keeping it 100. Yeah, sexual happiness really.
Okay then.
Which is bad.
Yeah, of course it is bad, but that's how society has raised people to see females. The follow on from that is, did you value them? Which you said that you see them
Don't
as
get
a
it.
sexual
Like,
object.
yeah, I definitely value the female, but I didn't understand the true worth.
Yeah.
Because I would refer to females more as queens, now. Because a woman is, the things that a woman does and brings to a man's life or to society's life is massive. The impact that they have, a female's been entrusted with the gift of giving birth to a human being. Like, you're vital, you're critical. And just didn't understand that, like, actually to value, to uplift, empower is much more productive.
100%. Okay, so our next question is, I can only imagine that you hope your daughters will grow up to be streetwise and not fall for guys just talking, basically. What do you do to make them street aware?
So I don't shy away from my past. So for those who have never heard who Nathan Dennis is, where I'm coming from, I was, when I was a teenager growing up, grew up in the city of Birmingham. I done road. If anyone knows that road means, that means hustled, juggled, sold certain things to make money. Had a kind of energy about me, and in all of that kind of disrespect of females, just thinking, because actually during them times, my self-worth, or what I thought you needed to do to become a man, was A, be able to make money, like B, how many women you could sleep with, and then C, if you could handle yourself in a fight and punch up someone, or not be taken advantage of. So in terms of, like, with my daughters, is that the first thing I do is, like, really try and not shield them away from it, but give them the reality, like, this is what's happening. But in terms of protecting them, what I have to do, and I try and spend a lot of time on, is, like, spending quality time with them. And that empowerment stuff. Like, I'm very hot on, like, in the kind of Jamaican culture, there's a saying, dance a yard before you dance abroad. For me, that means, like, I do a lot of stuff with young people across the West Midlands and even sometimes further. But if I'm not practicing the very principles I'm trying to teach other people's children, like, I'm a hypocrite. So I do things like take my daughters out on dates. When it's their birthday, I buy them flowers. I constantly tell them that I love them. A principal called checking in. How are you feeling? How you doing? Try and check on my daughter's emotions, because even to my youngest, who's now 6, I've realised that even as a 6-year-old, even 3 years old, they go through so much stuff emotionally. So even though for me as a father, from the simplest things with my daughters, like, someone wasn't playing with me, such and such wasn't playing with me in the playground, and it's about being able to be sharp enough to see when your children's moods change, and be able to pick up and say, what's wrong? And, such and such didn't play with me. And it might sound insignificant to us, but based on their world and their reality, that's like really important. If I can raise my daughter's self-esteem, self-respect, let them know that they are beautiful, that they are amazing, that means
seeking from anywhere else.
So it's about feeling that, but watching what I do think's happening, and I might be answering your questions that you're probably going to ask, is I see many vulnerable young ladies in our communities, and I think it ultimately boils down to lack of self-worth, not feeling beautiful, not feeling amazing. So when someone comes along who doesn't even know who he is really, but just has to whisper a few words like, you look sexy, you're pretty, you hear those words, and if there's the space for them to receive, those words like plant seeds and let the bear root, and then before you know it, you're in situations that you don't want to be in because someone showed you a bit of attention. So yeah, this thing is very, very important. 100%.
So our next question is, what advice would you give to young girls on being street aware?
Being street aware is to find trusted people within your family first. If you can't find trusted people within your family first, find respectable role models that have got some accountability. And many people are adapting role models, but when you check their value system, what they're portraying, what they're promoting, is it what you really want to, align yourself with?
Yeah.
And ask questions. Don't be be inquisitive, but don't be so inquisitive to the point where you put yourself into situations that's going to cause you problems. I think it's important to socialize. I think it's important to have balance. I think it's important that we have experiences. We travel, we speak to people, we try to understand where people are coming from, and I think that broadens your experience. Don't just stay behind your phone just looking at social media. Actually go out there and engage with society. I think that would be my advice. Like, get out there. Don't be scared to explore, but explore within wisdom, and don't be too crazy. Explore. I think we're becoming too comfortable. We're not coming out of our comfort zones. So we've got a very narrow view of the world and society. Yeah, I would say to the point of, because we offer training, so one of our programs, Kitchen Table Talks, is an environment. So last year we hosted a conference, had with over 200 parents there, and we're specifically talking about social media, and it's part of our training that's called Navigating New Terrain. So if you could imagine, one of the PowerPoint pictures is a picture of a house phone and a mobile phone, and we try and communicate with parents to say, you have to understand that we're in a digital revolution. They call this Generation Z, which is the truly first birthed into technology generation that use technology like that. That's all they know. And I'm saying, if you thinking and engaging with your child from a perspective of house phone days when you can control the calls and screen, it's different. They've got smartphones in their room, you can look at the whole wide web. So that's why we can't just afford to certain cultures as well. It's what's that saying? Seeing not be heard or something like that. Well, basically, something like that. No. You have to. I would say to parents, you need to train. You need to learn. You need to research, understand what's happening.
100%.
Because all of a sudden
everything's accessible on the internet.
So before, the house phone was a bit of a safeguarding.
Yeah.
Because probably the parent or whoever would answer the phone. Who is this? Oh, who's your parents? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Now people have got their own device. Sometimes parents are letting them just be in the room at all hours at night with their phone. It's absolutely crazy.
Do you think that it is important to speak to your daughters as a father about boys, or do you think that it's solely up to mothers or up to their experiences?
That is absolutely true, and this is where I get what you started to do when you asked me that question is you touched on emotion and frustration. I am ridiculously disappointed with men. In terms of the levels and our standards and where we're starting from are so low, because the harsh reality is that many of us haven't had that example of a model to model our lifestyle or model being a father to. And if that is your reality, you can't afford just to drift into fatherhood and think because the child's born and you became a father that means you've got to study, you've got to read, you've got to know the things to do. For me as a man, it is my responsibility. So I have done, this is real stuff, I have a program that I wrote for my daughters called the 3 Bs, and my daughters are when I was doing it and no one else was doing it in the house, I plugged my laptop, HDMI lead into the big screen, and done this presentation that says today's topic is about the 3 Bs. And I was like, what do you think it is? I said, what do you think the 3 Bs are? And I was like, I don't know that. Bible maybe? But I said, no. I says breast, batty, and boys. I said, we're going to have some real talk, because I have to recognize that my daughters are developing, their body's changing, and I have to be real and know that boys will, and even girls coming in a different world now, will be potentially attracted to certain bits and pieces that are now starting to grow. So I'm saying to them about safeguarding. Does anyone come and touch parts that they shouldn't be touching? You know what I'm going to say? Talking about, how people should be treated, really how having the conversations about boys, about puberty, about, you know, your emotions as a female will change. Because like at the time, my daughters were like, nah, boys, I ain't. They kind of was talking like that. I said, listen, it's coming very shortly that same boy that you used to go ew to, you're gonna catch a feeling, and you're thinking, are you gonna feel a little feeling? And I said, you're gonna have to be aware of that. And I'm saying, I would like, and I anticipate that certain conversations you're not gonna want to have with me because I'm dad. But I'm saying to you, I'm making an offer open that I'd love to have such a relationship with you that, you know, if there's a boy, so I know like right now my oldest she likes someone, yeah? I'm not gonna say his name, in school. I am honoured that she felt comfortable to say yeah, and we talk about it. And I said, why do you like it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying focus on you. And she even told me the other day, said, oh dad, these particular individuals in school, they keep on taking my pens, and every time they ramp with me. I said, what do you think that means? And I had to break that down. I said, that is flirting. They're just trying to get into your space. Like the pen, it's not the pens they want, it's you. The pens are just a way. So I think it's vital that dads take the time out. And when I say I wrote the program, don't think it's like classroom I'm doing. It's conversation. We're sitting on the living room floor. I'm just clicking through the PowerPoint, talking about, you know, safety. We've watched videos about child exploitation. So there's this amazing resource out there called Bait, and we talk about how this girl got baited by some older boys. She was going to school, and these older boys called her over to the car, and then before you know it, she's smoking weed and she's drinking alcohol. Before you know it, the boys are, I don't know what it's called these days, but running battery. Like all the boys are trying to have sex with this one girl, and she's like in this situation where she feels disgusting, she feels she can't tell no one, and before you know it, she's in a sexual exploitation situation. And she was like this good girl in school, and all of a sudden the sweet words, he started off with the boy buying her a bracelet, and then picking her up in the car outside school. She feels a bit special, invited to a party. Before you know it, 2 drinks, smoke some weed, and before you know it, she's in the bedroom with the boy. Then when the boy has finished what he's doing, another boy is coming in the room, and it's like, what's going on? I'll watch those things with my daughters, talk about it. What do you see? Oh my God, Dad, I can't believe that. How did that happen? I was a friend that recommended to the boys. What was her issues that she used to say, and break it down.
Okay, so our last question for yourself is, what advice would you A, give to fathers in this society, B, give to young girls in terms of carrying themselves? And I think that's it.
To fathers, my advice to you would be that I understand for some, and let me just put this caution sign up. I do know that some people are in tricky relationship scenarios where the female is using the children as a weapon against you. But I hear that, and that's for that, and you got to work out that. But for those who are just worthless, and you think that it's okay to have given the seed that's produced this child or children, and you are not in your child's life, like when I'm talking about, I'm not just talking financially, I'm talking about emotionally, physically, being able to be there to have the conversations. Like, I've realized as being a father of 4 daughters, amazing daughters, is that my biggest resource or asset I have is not finances, it's time. And I've gone through seasons in my life where I haven't actually had money, and it's been real hard. But actually those were some of the best times. To fathers is that get support, man. Don't suffer in silence. Find mentors, ask people questions. Like the idea, if you watch the beginning of this video that I talked about, taking my daughters out for dates, buying them flowers. Like, I got that off another mentor of mine. That wasn't even my idea. That was just, I heard it and I thought, wow, that's amazing. So I said to fathers or parents, fathers specifically. As I was saying, for me, I heard my wife say this to young girls, is to know that you're a VIP. If you think of the Queen of England, or think of someone famous like Beyonce, or even, I don't know, there's loads of people, Nicki Minaj. none of us on this level could just access them because they're VIPs. I can't just slide up into Beyonce's DMs or contact the Queen and just phone Buckingham Palace and say, yo, can I speak to the Queen? Why? Because they're VIP, they're very important people. There's a protocol. So I'm asking you as females, like, if you know that you're special, if you know that you're a very important person, if you know that you're beautiful, amazing, why are you allowing people to have access to you so easily? A boy can, or girl, can slide up in your DMs, speak some sweet words, and before you know it, you're in a situation. Now, if you're a VIP, which you should know you are, I'm saying that you have to limit the access. And people, everyone doesn't deserve, all of you, an easy access to you. So that would be my encouragement, is to know that you're a VIP.
Well, thank you very much, Nathan Dennis, for being on the channel today. No problem. Thank you guys for watching this video. So our next step will be, I will be having a either Instagram live, Instagram live, or I'll be putting it up on Instagram TV, where I will be recapping with you guys on the previous videos, just to get some information about how you feel about the videos, what you want to see, and what will be coming next. I also wanted to, I can't remember what I was going to say. Cool.
Click, like, and share.
Where did click come from?
I don't know. Click,
like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, all of First Class Legacies information I will put with the link below or in the description box. Thank you guys for watching again, the perspective of a father. Thank you again, Nathan.
No problem. Thanks for having me.